AJ Jacobson with Rivals.com. I'm talking to Jake Hanson. First day of fall camp 2019. A lot of expectations for the offensive line this year. A lot of experience back. What are your own expectations within your unit?
Within the unit, our expectations to be the best in the country. I think we do have all the pieces in place to be the best unit in the country, all the potential in the world. And now it just comes down to actually actually blocking people and actually winning games and showing the rest of the country that we are as good as we say we are.
I think of all the units, having cohesion on the offensive line is probably the most important. Knowing what the other guy next to you is going to be doing, this and that. You guys have been together for a long time now. Do you pretty much know exactly what the guy next to you is going to do at this point?
Yeah, I would say I know exactly what Shane and Dallas are doing next to me, and the same thing if Calvin comes down to right guard as well. I just think when you play with guys for 37, 38 games or whatever it is at this point, that you just kind of get a feel for how they play against certain players and against certain techniques that we're asked to do, and it just makes it easier to carry out the job we're asked to do.
For sure, and another thing with offensive lines they're a tight-knit unit usually. Do you guys hang out together, like even off the field?
Of course, yeah. We're a very tight-knit group. We're always hanging out. In season, we're always going out at least every Thursday before games, getting food with each other. And yeah, we're definitely the most tight-knit group on the team for sure.
Yeah, nice. Justin Herbert coming back, kind of a big deal for this team, big deal for the league even. Did you guys know that was going to happen, or was that something that when he decided, several months back now, was that a surprise to you guys too?
We weren't sure what he was going to do. We knew that it was going to be a tough decision for him, obviously, with all the potential money that he could have made being, a top 10 pick. But we also knew that, he didn't want to stay because he wanted to, win a Pac12 championship. So we didn't know what he was going to do, but we were going to, respect his decision either way. And we're very happy that, he decided to come back.
Yeah, no doubt. This last recruiting class that the Ducks just signed, number 7th in the nation, the highest ranked for rivals that we've ever ranked in Oregon recruiting class. Can you tell, now that you've seen these young guys come in, you've had this first day of fall camp, you saw them a little bit before the camp started, can you tell how good this group of young guys are?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think the guys coming in now compared to at least when I was a recruit, the guys are just a lot more developed. Not to say that, guys in my class are, a little younger than me aren't good football players. It just took longer to develop those guys. And I think these guys that Coach Cristobal recruits are a little more mature, more physically developed, and that's definitely, helping a lot of them to push for early playing time.
Yeah, for sure. Now this year, the Ducks are heading in for the first time in several years as the presumed, champions of the Pac12 North. That hasn't happened in a while. Just barely picked over Washington to do that. Do you guys take a certain pride in that, or do you even care about things like that?
Personally, I don't care about it because I know that we have a really tough road ahead. A lot of really difficult road games, a lot of really good teams that we have to play, some teams that we haven't beaten in a long time. So it's great to be a favorite, but at the end of the day, we got to go out and win those games.
Yeah, you got to prove it. Yeah, for sure. Speaking of proving it, you got something to prove right off the bat this year. Right at the end of this month, you got Auburn in Dallas, huge game. Is that something the team is looking forward to as a group?
I think everybody's looking forward to it, of course, but right now we're just focused on ourselves for these next 3 weeks, focused on becoming a better team, better versions of ourselves, better football players, and then once we get to the week before the Auburn game, then we'll start focusing on that. But right now we're just focused on us.
You look back at last year, and you can learn some lessons as a football player for the things the team did right, things the team did wrong. What does the team need? What do you guys need to do to go that little step to be better than last year and take that next step forward and, sky the limit type of thing?
To take the next step forward as a program, I'd say we just need to be more consistent because, when we were at our best, we were, arguably one of the best teams in the country. But when we weren't on our best, there were a lot of games that got away from us that shouldn't have gotten away from us. So we've got to be more consistent this year.
Yeah, I like that game at Washington State. I believe it was at Arizona. Both those were games that you guys weren't. You're equally as talented as them, but they did get away. I mean,
yeah, it's just one of those things that could have been a lot of things coming off a big win at Washington, or at home against Washington. Maybe thinking that we had arrived, so to speak. But I think we've learned a lot from those 2 games, those mistakes, and I think it'll serve us good this year.
That's awesome. Well, there you have it, Duck fans. This is Jake Hanson. Keep an eye on him. He's going to be one of the best in the nation up there on the line this year. Jake, thanks for taking the time to talk to Rivals. Appreciate it.